this is why it was an historic tally. Tangs, you played for this organization. MacKinnon was a teammate of yours. This is special what he's done.
It is. I mean, I could not tell you how special this is. Matt Sundin, you all think of the career that he's had with the Nordiques and then later with the Toronto Maple Leafs, but Nathan MacKinnon has been lights out since the start of last season. And what I like about Nathan MacKinnon is that from the moment that he got in the NHL, he had all the physical tools to be a superstar. He had the shooting ability, he had the skating ability, but he had to get his mind and his body to think the game at the same speed that his physical ability had. And he put in the time in the video, he put in the time in the gym, and he got himself to now, you know, I look at him and the timing of when he skates, the plays that he makes, the way that he makes passes. I mean, now he's become a player that's got so much more tools than he had when he was a junior player. And he had tremendous skills as a junior player, but now he utilizes player around him better, and that will only enhance his game. And the fact that he and Mikko Rantanen are attached at the hip, I think that those two are going to be good for a very long time.
I know it's well documented, but if I want to ask you from playing with Nathan MacKinnon, and listen, if I'm a kid, or not a kid, a young player in the league growing up right now, I am selling my house and I'm moving to Nova Scotia.
Yeah, work out with him, and yes.
I'm in or near Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia.
Great idea.
Guess what? There's a good chance that you'll have the camaraderie and hang out and work out with Sidney Crosby and Nathan MacKinnon. But how much of this, we knew Nathan MacKinnon had a high ceiling. We knew about the projections. I played against you guys and him. I think it was his first year when in the playoffs. He was electrifying, but then he kind of, where was he? Was he going to be able to take that next step? He has. How much of that goes to, it's credit to him, but also he's training with Sidney Crosby on a daily basis in Nova Scotia. Have you ever talked to him or asked him about training with him?
I asked, and the one thing that they say about Sidney is how competitive Sidney is. And I think that I could say the same thing about Nate MacKinnon. You know, you play sport with Nate MacKinnon, he'll be competitive at whatever he tries to do. And I think that he's taken his game to another level based on the fact that he was able to train with the best player in the game and trying to emulate some of the stuff that he does, the training that he does off the ice, but also on the ice with studying the game and getting the timing right. Some of the plays that Nathan MacKinnon, we all knew the speed that he had, and he was electrifying, as you mentioned, that first playoff series against Minnesota. The speed was just blazing. But then the second year, the expectation came on him, and with those expectations, now all of a sudden, you go from playing against a third, fourth, fifth defenseman to now you have to play against Suter. Now you have to play against Weber. Now you have to play against Duncan Keats. So the speed has to be timed perfectly in order to be effective. And he had a hard time with that. You know, he was skating 100 miles an hour all the time, and he wasn't timing it properly. But now, every time he explodes, the timing is proper. He gets by defensemen. He gets opportunities for his other players. I always thought that, you know, for a player of this caliber, same thing with McDavid, when you can move the puck ahead in the neutral zone, all of a sudden it backs the D up. He's been doing that with Mikko Rantanen. Mikko Rantanen gives it back to him, and now he's got the 15, 20 feet of ice where all of a sudden the defenseman is a little flat-footed. They've got all the speed in the world, and with the talent that they have, there's really no defense to, you know, to play against that.
When he has time and space, it is something to watch. That line, Rantanen, Landeskog, and MacKinnon.